Hello, everyone. This is Sister Mary. We're going to be reading Matthew chapter 8 out of the Amplified Version. When Jesus came down from the mountain, great things followed him, or great throngs. And behold, a leper came up to him, and prostrating himself, worshipped him, saying, Lord, if you are willing, you are able to cleanse me by curing me. And he reached out his hand and touched him, saying, I am willing, be cleansed. By being cured, and instantly his leprosy was cured and cleansed. And Jesus said to him, See that you tell nothing about this to anyone, but go show yourself to the priest and present the offering that Moses commanded for a testimony to your healing and as an evidence to the people. As Jesus went into Capernaum, a centurion came up to him, begging him, and saying, Lord, my servant boy is lying at the house, paralyzed and distressed with intense pains. And Jesus said to him, I will come and restore him. But the centurion replied to him, Lord, I am not worthy or fit to have you come under my roof, but only speak the word, and my servant boy will be cured. For I also am a man subject to authority, with soldiers subject to me. And I say to one, Go, and he goes, and to another, Come, and he comes, and to my slave, Do this, and he does it. And when Jesus heard him, he marveled and said to those who followed him, who adhered steadfastly to him, confirming to his example in living, and, if need be, in dying also, I tell you truly, I have not found so much faith as this with anyone, even in Israel. I tell you, many will come from east and west, and will sit at the table with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven, while the sons and heirs of the kingdom will be driven out into the darkness outside, where there will be weeping and grinding of teeth. Then to the centurion Jesus said, Go, it shall be done for you as you have believed. And the servant boy was restored to health at that very moment. And when Jesus went into Peter's house, he saw his mother-in-law lying ill with a fever. He touched her hand, and the fever left her, and she got up and began waiting on him. When evening came, they brought to him many who were under the power of demons, and he drove out the spirits with a word, and restored to health all who were sick. And thus he fulfilled what was spoken by the prophet Isaiah. He himself took, in order to carry away our weakness and infirmities, and bore away our diseases. Now Jesus, when he saw the great throngs around him, gave orders to cross to the other side of the lake. And a scribe came up and said to him, Master, I will accompany you wherever you go. And Jesus replied to him, Foxes have holes, and the birds of the air have lodging places, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. Another of the disciples said to him, Lord, let me first go and care for until death my Father. But Jesus said to him, Follow me and leave the dead in sin to bury their own dead. And after he got into the boat, his disciples followed him. And suddenly, behold, there arose a violent storm on the sea, so that the boat was being covered by the waves, but he was sleeping. And they went and awakened him, saying, Lord, rescue, and preserve us. We are perishing. There's a little bit more to it. And he said to them, Why are you timid and afraid, O you of little faith? Then he got up and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great and wonderful calm, a perfect peaceableness. And the men were stunned with bewildered wonder, and marveled, saying, What kind of man is this, that even the winds and the sea obey him? And when he arrived at the other side, in the country of Gadarenes, 2 men under the control of demons went to meet him, coming out to the tombs, so fierce and savage that no one was able to pass that way. And behold, they shrieked and screamed, What have you to do with us, Jesus, Son of God? have you come to torment us before the appointed time?" Now at some distance from there a drove of many hogs was grazing, and the demons begged him, "If you drive us out and send us into the drove of hogs." And he said to them, "Begone." So they came out and went into the hogs, and behold, the whole drove rushed down the steep bank into the sea, and died in the water. The herdsmen fled, and went into the town and reported everything, including what had happened to the men under the power of demons. And behold, the whole town went out to meet Jesus. And as soon as they saw him, they begged him to depart from their locality.